attributed?
Attributed.
Okay. There are a lot of... Don't make me giggle. Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. My name is Julie. Welcome to my channel, Bernice Marie Vintage and Crafts. Today I have another haul video for you. I want to show you some items that I picked up at my favorite thrift store, the Salvation Army. To start with, I have two Dorothy Thorpe silver rimmed Pilsner beer glasses. There are a lot of items out there that are attributed to Dorothy Thorpe. A lot of times it is the silver fade items, but the Dorothy Thorpe actually is just a band, a silver band around the top. The faded items are in the style of Dorothy Thorpe, but not actually Dorothy Thorpe. These particular items were, I only paid 99 cents for the two of them, and the reason for that is because of the pandemic. A lot of stuff that came into the thrift stores in February wound up getting priced and put on the shelf, and then everything sat once everything closed down. So when they finally reopened up in July, things had been sitting on the shelves for months, and so a lot of items were half price. So these were originally 99 cents a piece, and I got the two of them for 99 cents. So a lot of the items that I picked up were half price. The next thing I have here to show you, I found this to be quite humorous. Any woman my age is going to find this to be funny because hot flashes are no joke. But this particular cup, it says, "I don't have hot flashes, I have short private vacations in the tropics." This cup is put out by a company called Fiddler's Elbow here. And again, I paid 99 cents for this, and I expect to get anywhere from $5 to $10 for this on resale. As for the Dorothy Thorpe glasses, I expect to get probably, I would say anywhere from 7 to 10 per glass on the resale on that. I do all of my reselling on eBay. I think I might have one or two items still listed on Etsy. I think there are a couple of Hummel figurines, but everything else I list in my my store on eBay, which is also under the company name Bernice Marie Vintage and Crafts. Let's see, what else do I have here? Let me show you this. This is half of a chip and dip set. These are from the 1960s, put out by Libby. So this would be a replacement for someone who has the entire set and just needs a replacement for the dip section of the chip and dip. But I remember seeing them from when I was a kid, which shows you how old I am. They're from the 60s. So, but this one is in fantastic condition. So I paid 99 cents for this, and they usually run anywhere from $5 to $7 on the resale. This one I picked up. This is restaurant wear. This is, again, another piece by Hall. This is just a little creme brulee piece. It is Hall USA 851 is the mark on the back. It looks to be in pretty good condition, probably hardly ever used. And this I paid 99 cents for, and again, most of the items that I have here today resell anywhere from $7 to $15, with the exception of the last piece that I'm going to show you. And that one can go up much higher depending upon the collector that's looking for it. This piece here, this is a piece of Ming Tree ironstone. This little bowl here, this was 49 cents. And the ironstone is it's probably restaurantware. It's a lot sturdier than your regular stoneware. It tends to not damage as easily. These pieces here, now this I'm actually surprised I'm not keeping, and if they don't sell, it is certainly not going to hurt my feelings. These are pewter salt and pepper shakers. They are made by Empire. It says here this is, let's see, I want to make sure I hold it the right way. There you go. They have glass inserts, so they unscrew and they have a glass insert here. And that way your salt and pepper is not actually being put in the pewter, but it's being put in the glass, and then the piece screws on that way. So these are really nice. Again, I paid 99 cents for the set, and I anticipate anywhere from $7 to $15 on those. Now these are Limoges, and what I've come to learn is that Limoges is not a brand, which is what I had always thought. My grandmother collected Limoges trinket boxes. So she would always, show me that these are Limoges. But what I've come to learn is that Limoges is actually a region of France where the high-end porcelain is made, just like Champagne is a region where obviously champagne is made. So it's actually not a brand or a company, it is a location. And these are Theodore Haviland, and the Haviland brand is highly collectible. So what I have here is I have a set of 6 berry bowls. The berry bowls I paid, they're very pretty. And this is a pattern. I had a hard time finding it, and I could only find one other one with this pattern online. It's got these beautiful roses. Let you get a closer look at that. The roses with the double black band and the gold. So it does have gold trim with an interior gold band as well, with the roses and the black. And then, so I had the 6 berry bowls, and then I have 2 of the dinner plates. So I will sell them separately, the dinner plates from the bowls. So if someone is looking to replace pieces in a set that they already have, that's usually the way this type of dinnerware goes, is that somebody will buy replacement pieces. The back stamp on this particular set of dishes dates it to around 1903. So they are a beautiful set of vintage dishes. Let's see what I got here. I have Lenox. Now this Lenox piece I bought just because I love hummingbirds. There. It's got a beautiful hummingbird on it. And then the back has roses. It has a gold trim. And again, it has the typical Lenox stamp on the bottom. So this I paid $1.99 for. So I got very excited when I found this next piece. I'd heard a lot about Belique, which the real Belique, I guess, that is from Ireland. So this is a beautiful little creamer. It's in the lotus pattern. And it is very light, very thin bone china. But it's a beautiful piece. This one I paid $1 for. And again, like I said, most of this stuff I expect to get anywhere from $7 to $15, sometimes up to $20 for the smaller pieces. The other set of dinnerware that I picked up was Fire King white milk glass swirl. And some of the pieces are golden anniversary, some of the pieces are shell. Even though they all look very similar, there is some differences. The berry bowls, which I have 3 of here, The berry bowls are golden anniversary. So if you look at the edge, this is 22 karat gold around the edge of it, but it looks brushed on. It's not solid. That is really the only way to tell the difference between the golden anniversary and the shell. I have, let's see, I have the dessert plates or salad plates. This is the shell. You can see that the gold trim around it is solid as opposed to being brushed on. Now these are all back stamped Acre Hawking, Fire King. So all of these plates are for here. Now the dinner plates I have 10 of, and they are very heavy. The 10 dinner plates in total weighs just under 13 pounds. So there's no way I could sell all of them together unless someone wanted to pick them up locally. But to ship something that weighs that much, and with it being fragile glass, that would just be a nightmare. So I'll probably list them in sets of 2. So if someone wants to buy 2 or they want to buy 4, it's easy enough to do. With the dinner plates, there is one distinction I learned. This one in particular, I actually have 3 of them. They're marked, and I'm not sure if you can see the mark, but they're marked Suburbia. They're not marked Fire King. I have 3 pieces that are marked Suburbia and 7 that are marked Fire King. And the difference is they changed the back stamp in the 70s. So these dishes were extremely popular. They were manufactured primarily from the 40s to the 80s, but they're beautiful, beautiful, elegant dishes. And I expect, again, these can go probably $7 to $10 per plate. This is a tidbit tray. It is a Christmas plate. It is put out by Spode in England. And you could buy this, basically it came pre-drilled with the handle and the screw in the box. So you would put it together yourself. But it's just a really pretty tidbit tray for Christmas cookies and Christmas candy and all that kind of good stuff that you put out at Christmas time. And that I paid, again, I think I paid $1.99 for that. Let's see. I have this beautiful, and again, this is another piece of blue and white porcelain, which is one of my favorite things to collect. Let's see if I can pronounce it. It's Terschenruth, Bavaria, Germany, Hudson-Ruther. This is a discontinued pattern called Syrie, I believe, but it's a beautiful pattern. Again, this would be a replacement piece for someone, but just as a standalone platter for anything, it's really a nice piece of porcelain. Now this is rice eyes. Rice eyes gets its name from, I'll show you the back of the plate first. So you can see the pieces that look like rice in the porcelain. On the front of it, they've painted around it in this coral, but it's translucent. You can, if you hold it up to the light, you can see through it. This one in particular, probably, again, somewhere between $7 and $15 for the plate. I paid 49 cents for it. Now these pieces took me a while to even find. These are Piccadilly bowls put out by Homer Laughlin. The pattern doesn't even have a name, it had a number, but they are quite old. They have a lot of crazing, but they have a beautiful gold around the border. I originally picked up 5, but the crazing was so bad on one of them that it turned out that what looked like crazing was actually a crack through the corner of it, so I can only sell 4 out of the 5. So, but these, I paid 49 cents a piece for the bowls, and I expect to get, for the set of 4, I would probably expect to get about $20, $25 for the set of 4. Now this is something that, this is depression glass For those of you who collect depression glass, you know what the uranium glass does. So this is a piece of uranium glass. It does glow under the black light because of the uranium content in the glass, which tells you that it was made prior to World War II, because that's when they stopped putting uranium in the glass because they needed the uranium for other things. I have these, which are great. These are old-fashioned ice cream parlor milkshake glasses. They are very heavy. I don't know who manufactured them. They are marked on the bottom 2, 12, and 14, but they're heavy-duty milkshake cups. I paid 99 cents a piece for them. And again, I expect to get anywhere from $5 to $7 a piece for the glasses. The last thing I have to show you is my favorite piece that I picked up on this particular trip. This is a piece of El Palomar Ken Edwards Mexican pottery. This is the quail and the butterfly pattern. It is signed on the back. I'll show you the signature here. And the El Palomar is the line. Ken Edwards is the company. Some of the stuff he did himself, but usually you'll see a KE if it's one that he did himself. Otherwise, that little teeny figure that's down there, I'll show you again, is a little swan. And that's the signature of the person who actually painted this particular piece of pottery. I grew up in Southern California, so I'm used to seeing a lot of the Mexican pottery. As a matter of fact, I have a few pieces that I bought in Ensenada and in other parts of Mexico that I visited that I never realized were part of his collection until I really started to do some research, and then I started looking at things I already had. I recently sold a piece of crockery to a woman who asked me about my name as far as the company name was concerned, because when I sell something, I usually will put a personal note on the packing slip and I sign my name to it. So she knew that my name wasn't Bernice. So she asked me where the name came from, because apparently her middle name is Bernice. So I explained to her that I named the company after my grandmother, and because the fact that she was the one who would take me to the antique malls and go treasure hunting with her, and because I enjoyed it with her, and because I always loved to look at all of her pretties, as I always refer to them, in her home. Whenever I'd go visit, I'd always want to walk around and see what kind of new things that she had collected. And so she began to, when I became an adult and I moved out on my own, she began to start gifting me some of her collections. One of the things that she had held on to for me was this beautiful elephant cookie jar. So it has a lot of emotional ties to it. It is a very sentimental piece. And the reason for that is it was given to my grandmother at a grandmother shower that they had for her when I was born. So I am the first of all the grandchildren in my family. And so I'm pretty sure it was the only grandmother party they had for her, but she was given that cookie jar as a gift at that grandmother party, so that when I turned 21 and I left home and I moved out on my own, that was the first of many items that she gifted me out of her own home. So that is just another explanation of why my business is named what it's named. She is the reason I'm a collector. So thank you again for joining me. I appreciate the time that you've given. I hope you enjoyed the things I had to show you today and the information that I passed along. I hope you join me on my next haul video. I hope your day is filled with peace, and joy.